The Yeti is a large ape-like creature that dwells deep in the snowy wasteland of the Himalayas. Local people and mountaineers have been telling stories about this creature for centuries, but most people remain skeptical about its existence. The Yeti is described as a giant ape-like creature, walks on two legs, with a primate face, small ears, a flat nose, and long fangs. Shaggy fur, ranging from reddish-brown to white, covers its body, but its enormous footprints resemble bare human feet. Few people have encountered a Yeti in the wild. Even fewer people have had encounters that lasted more than a few seconds, given their elusive nature, although they certainly aren't friendly to human beings. It is also possible that these abominable creatures are actually very sociable. They are highly territorial and can turn violent if they think you pose any kind of threat. Local tradition says that wild men, or men bears, live in the wilderness. Some groups believe this and worship these mysterious beings, and have even reported to have used the blood of these creatures in rituals. Some tell stories of these monsters raiding their villages or attacking children. In 1921, an expedition into the Himalayas led by Charles Bury brought the Yeti to the Western world's attention. Lord Bury told a reporter that he had seen monstrous footprints in the snow. The reporter then nicknamed the creature the Abominable Snowman. In 1950, the first photos were taken by Eric Shipton during an attempt to climb Mount Everest, although the photographs only captured the creature's footprints and not the creature itself. They were enough to make it famous overnight. During the 1950s, almost every Western explorer who ventured into the Himalayas brought back tales of the Yeti. Some of them brought back so-called evidence too. Photographs of shaggy bipedal creatures in the distance, plaster molds of giant footprints, and even so-called scraps of hair. In 1957, expeditions were being funded to search for the Yeti itself. In the 1960s, Yeti evidence began to get even grislier. Explorers smuggled whole body parts out of the Himalayas, including a finger, hand, and even a face that were supposed to belong to the elusive monster. Native folklore can be explained as a cautionary tale meant to keep children from wandering into the woods or approaching wild animals, and photographs can be dismissed or hoaxes or cases of missing identity. But what about all the bits of fur and bone that explorers had collected over the years? Scientists began to come out of the woodwork to examine this hair, feces, bone, and skin samples. Most of the samples have been attributed to known animals, like brown bears, yaks, and even humans. But some have stood up to genetic testing as unknown animals or yet to be discovered creatures. But until a full Yeti corpse or live Yeti is discovered, this abominable monster will remain a secret of the Himalayan people.